Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a love reading for Libra for the month of February. So let's get started here and we'll see what are the major themes in love for Libra for the month of February. Ooh, that card flippy. Ooh, change in the wind. We'll take another card just because it didn't fall out, but I did feel the deck sort of stop me there. Oh, there we go. Thank you. So a change in the wind and between two worlds. Well, that makes sense, my friends. If there's change in the wind, that means you're sort of moving from one timeline to another. So perhaps there is a change in the wind moving you between two worlds. I love that between two worlds card. So beautiful. And it's interesting that the change in the wind is number 12, which reduces to 3, which is the number of between two worlds. Now, I've been taking the bottom of the deck for everyone. So let's take the bottom of the deck for you too, Libra. What is it? By the book. Someone else got this card, number 11. By the book is really a time of sort of, I always think of it as, will you go the way that others have gone before you? Will you follow tradition? Will you follow convention? Or will you go your own way? And so I'm glad I took it. That's really relevant, especially if you're between two worlds. Perhaps you're trying to decide between moving towards something traditional and something not traditional, something that has sort of been established versus something you established for yourself. There is a change in the wind, so something is picking up speed, something is changing, something is shifting, and it's pushing you into a new timeline in that between two worlds card. So let's see what Lenormand card you received to help us understand more about this. Lily. I've been shuffling all day and I shuffle in between the readings, but this card just came out for Gemini. So the Lily Lenormand card carries the key messages of peace. Sexuality is associated with Lily. What else? What other key words are associated with Lily? The idea of sort of moving into a place of wisdom, really exploring your morals and the wisdom of the experience you've just had. So when I see that for you, it almost feels like taking the wisdom from this timeline forward into the next. I feel like Libra has learned a lot about love in the recent past, and that now you're on the path of sort of being between two worlds with love to sort of see, where are you moving to? What are you shifting into with that change in the wind card? And it's interesting to see Lily because, you know, it carries that message of wisdom and peace. And I always think of that peace as being inner peace, right? So what could shift to bring Libra more inner peace when it comes to their love life? Well, let's find out. Jump into the tarot cards. Well, one of my crystals just made a funny sound. Which one? Oh, it was this one. Oh, interesting. That's the phantom quartz. So that could suggest that there's something sort of hidden that will be revealed to you, which might be part of that change in the wind. I always listen to see which crystals move. Okay, let's get started with the tarot here for Libra for February. Number 7, yeah. 7 of Pentacles. You're trying to decide where to invest yourself in love. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to take a chance on something new? There is a change in the wind. You are between two worlds, and that by the book always makes me think, do I want to stay traditional, or do I want to go my own way? Am I going to follow the path that has been sort of laid out ahead of me, or am I going to go my own way? Interesting. So you are trying to decide where to invest yourself, where to invest your sexuality, where to invest your wisdom, how to invest your wisdom. And you're not interested in public opinion. You're not looking into the external world for advice or validation. This is between you and you, Libra, and I love it because sometimes the external world can be very much a confusing place to go to understand things about your own journey, right? Like sometimes you have to stay inwards. Again, carries that meaning of the Lily card with wisdom. I don't think you're looking for public validation. I don't think you're looking for anyone to validate you in the external world. I think that's why we're seeing by the book, is that you don't care how other people would do this. You care how you want to do it, right, Libra? I see that here. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Libra, I can't help but feel like, yeah, you're not interested in putting the work into this relationship anymore. I think you might peace out. Devil in reverse. That's why you're between two worlds. You're trying to decide which world to go towards, right? Aren't you? You're trying to understand your motives. You're trying to understand what's your intention, right? Devil in reverse to me says, are you sure? Right? Like, are you sure? Do you know what's motivating you? Are you sure you understand your intentions? Are you sure you're being honest with yourself, right? And Capricorn also. So perhaps there's a Capricorn involved here with you that's challenging the situation even more. Or maybe your person's a Capricorn and they're a challenge. You know, it's interesting. This makes me feel like you're done putting in the work because it's not giving you anything in return. And it feels like you're also challenged to see this commitment like lasting. You know, when I look at these two cards, and I don't think you're interested in hearing what people have to say about it. You're trying to make this decision on your own. Seven of Pentacles is the only upright card. It's the only card that's not reversed. You're making this decision based on where you feel you should invest yourself. And I think that you're receiving these other messages to sort of signal that, like, you know, are you going to go your way or a different way? Are you going to go the way of tradition? And maybe tradition means that even if this relationship is not for you anymore, you stick with it, right? Like, that is a traditional view sometimes on marriage and on long-term commitments, is that you just stick it out, right? And I almost feel like saying we stayed together for the kids, which is such an outdated sort of belief system, but some people still really grab it. That's their truth, right? It's not my place to say if something is relevant or not, but it, you know, having been a child that came from a household that was sort of fraught with fighting all the time, I've never really bought that we're staying together for the kids is a positive thing personally, but that's from my own experience. But it might be beneficial in some other situations. I think seeing Pentacles here makes me think that resources are a factor, that maybe you're thinking about resources, not just your own fulfillment. You're also thinking about resources. But there is a change in the wind. Something is pushing you from one world into another here, Libra. Let's clarify. Let's clarify that Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers. Yeah. You're trying to decide whether or not this union is something you want to keep investing yourself in. Did you see how quick that card came out? This is all about whether or not this current commitment that you're in is where you want to keep investing yourself, or do you want to go your own way? And I think that's the question that you're asking yourself, Libra. That's the question. And you're not interested in you're not interested in people being, not just giving you advice, but you're not interested in people necessarily approving of your decision. And Two of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom as I'm talking, I spotted that in the camera. Also another Capricorn card, but also a time where there's so much indecision. Yeah, you go both ways, one way or the other. But I think you're going to make this decision on your own. I don't think, even if you're confused, I don't think you care if people approve of your decision. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do what works for you. And there's the Five of Pentacles, even if it means taking a loss, right? Right now, I think that you're seeing that the opinion of the external world is you're going to be out in the cold if you do this. And you're sort of like, I don't care. I need to do what I think is right for myself. And even if that means I suffer a little bit and there's a temporary setback or a loss, I'll take that over this long-term dissatisfaction. That's how it reads to me. That you're not interested in hearing that all the things that the external world is going to project onto you. You're not interested in hearing, but what about money? But what about the kids? But what about the home? But what about? You're not interested in any of those fears that they want to project on you. You're sort of like, you know what? Even if it is an initial setback, it will serve me. It will serve me in the end, because I'm done putting in an effort where things aren't successful, where things feel like I'm not identifying in this relationship anymore. Let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're not certain though, right? Are you? This represents you, Libra, this Queen of Swords. So when I see that in reverse on this Ten of Pentacles, a part of me is thinking, are you sure? Are you sure that this foundation is flawed? Are you sure that this relationship can't go on? You might be like, yes, I am sure. Perhaps the Queen of Swords is coming out in reverse for me to ask that question because this is a general reading. So everyone's answer is going to be a little different, but Spirit wants you to consider that. Spirit wants you to consider, are you sure? Are you sure? So many cards. Wheel of Fortune in reverse on the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, but I'm sort of feeling like I want to reshuffle because that was too many cards. But, you know, it's interesting. Let's have a look at what did come out. It's too many, but we'll look. Ten of Swords in reverse, Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Page of Wands in reverse. This sort of tells me I need to transform the way that I have chosen to collaborate with someone, right? This is a marriage card for me. The Three of Pentacles always makes me think of because look at the image, right? Especially in this deck. It's two people holding a baby talking to someone in a church, and I can't help but feel like these people are getting ready to create a life together. Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe they're not holding a baby now that I look at it carefully. It kind of always looks like that to me though, you know, doesn't it? Those two figures. Anyway, this card always makes me feel like it's, you know, you're thinking about the Trinity, the collaboration of family. This is family, right? This is a family forming, right? Two people and creating life. This is about blossoming together. And I feel like seeing the Page of Cups, it's like we need to transform how we come together because the way we do it now no longer works. And I'm ready to get up, and those swords are going to fall out of my back when I do because I'm sort of over this. And then, oops, we see here the Page of Wands, but in reverse, which says, no matter what you do to try to sweep me off my feet, I'm out. And I can't help but feel like that's what this is. This is your refusal to keep working at something when you feel like it's not fortune. It doesn't feel good. This feels like you're a reversal of fortune, right? Like you're not feeling it with this person, no matter what they do to try to sweep you off your feet. You're not feeling it. You're ready to get up from this relationship, right? You're ready to get up and do something different. With your Page of Cups here, I feel like you're wanting to transform and have a new Trinity. You don't want to be part of this Trinity anymore. That's how it feels, you know. If it doesn't resonate, then it doesn't resonate. But that's how it feels. It feels here like, I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's just that there's another Libra card, the Justice card coming out with the Five of Cups. Maybe Spirit's guiding you to say, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because are you focusing on the pains of the past when it comes to this person, or are you looking at them today? You might be looking at them today. Who knows? Only you know, right? Only you know. But there is a change in the wind here. I feel like you are maybe going away from tradition, and you're veering away from sort of putting any stock into what people's opinions are with that Six of Wands in reverse. And I can't help but feel here with Justice and the Five of Cups that maybe you're forming your evaluation based on stuff that has happened in the past that has really let you down and really disappointed you, and you just can't get past it. But there is a change in the wind, and you're being moved between two worlds here, and that Lily card is getting you to really focus on the wisdom of your experience. And it's with someone that you're already a partner with. When I see the Lovers and the sort of sexuality that comes with the Lily card too, I almost feel like this is a couple that's been married for a while, and one person is feeling like, I'm done making an effort. I'm ready to move on from this. You know, that's how it feels. Like I'm ready to move on from this. I don't want to keep making an effort into this situation. And there's the Hermit card in reverse. It's almost like Spirit's like, please have another look at this. Please have another look at this before you decide. And that maybe you're not really reflecting on the wisdom, but that you're reflecting more on the past. And you're not really looking at the wisdom of this. You're looking at it from the past perspective. Yeah. And that as long as you look at it that way, and as long as you say, I'm not willing to put an effort in, I want to transform and get up and move on to something else, then that will be the decision. Like it's interesting. It's almost like Spirit's trying to get you to reconsider and to think about the whole thing again. When I see the Hermit in reverse, it's sort of like, have a look at it again. And then especially the Devil in reverse too, it makes me question whether or not you've questioned your motives, Libra. It's interesting. Let's see, what is the love messages here from you to your person? From you to your person, you're sort of wanting to have some fun. I see the playfulness card. You're not feeling fulfilled. You're not feeling playful. You're not feeling romantic. You're feeling like you want that though. It's like a part of you really wants that youthful spirit to come back into this. What about your person? What's their message to you? What's your person's message to you? Thank you. Make an effort. Isn't that funny? And you're like, I don't want to make an effort. I've made an effort this whole time. You don't want to make an effort, but that is their message to you. Please make an effort. Right? And that little writing below here says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. It's so interesting. And I feel like you could have a transformative moment with this person, but you're almost like, I don't think so. I'm done making an effort. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're done making an effort, and they're sort of hoping that they can recapture some of that playfulness from the past with you. But oh, it's interesting. You're both focused sort of on the past. You're focused on the past in the sense that there's wounds you didn't, like things that haven't been resolved, and they're thinking of the past because it was more playful and innocent maybe. You know, and then the bottom of the deck here says stay optimistic about your love life. I think Spirit is guiding you to have another look at this. I think Spirit is guiding you to have another look at this. And you know, it's interesting. It's almost like they're saying to you, there is a change in the wind and you're between two worlds. Are you sure you don't want to do this by the book? You don't want to just stick with tradition? Are you sure you want to go off on your own and not follow the pack? You don't care what the pack thinks, though. 6 of Wands in reverse. You don't care what the pack thinks. You're sort of like, the pack isn't going to be there for me. You know, I got to be there for myself. But again, that Queen of Swords in reverse is making me question your certainty. Are you sure? Let's see. What is the major theme of this relationship? What is to close this reading, what is Libra need to hear right now? Oh boy, liberation. Okay, Libra, you might be right. You might be right. You might need to liberate yourself from this. This is fascinating. Please leave some comments below and let me know if this has resonated for you, because it's very interesting. The guidance is very much guiding you to be certain, but then this card is making me think that if you feel like you need to be liberated, then liberation is here. Like, I mean, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck when liberation came out. Oh, sex. It's so interesting because of that Lily card really does point at sexuality. So I can't help but feel like this involves the love life. This involves sex. And Gemini got this Lily card as well. So perhaps the air signs have to look at the sexuality compatibility. And maybe that's part of the change in the wind, is that although Spirit is also guiding you to sort of be optimistic, it's almost like you need, perhaps this liberation is going to open you up. I don't know. I always assume this card means it's time to go when I look at it. So it's interesting to see sex. I wonder if sex will bring you together or liberate you finally. It's interesting, Libra. Wow. Sex and liberation. Change in the wind between two worlds. I almost feel like, do you need to have some sex? Maybe you need to have some sex. Maybe you need to make an effort in the sex. Maybe you need to make an effort in being playful. Maybe that's why we're seeing all of this, and that the Hermit is here in reverse because you missed that, because you're focused on the way this person has let you down. I don't blame you. If they've let you down, you probably don't want to have sex with them. But was this in the past? Maybe you need to forgive them. This is very interesting. I do feel like you don't want to make an effort anymore. It's a very interesting reading. Leave some comments in the below so I know who this resonated for and how. Very interesting. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. If you would like a personal reading, you can find my email and my website, blueroseenergyhealing.com, in the description box below. And you can book readings through there or by email. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching here on YouTube. And we will see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.